Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm in the shop. I've got it all cleaned up for the last hour and organized and empty because we're going to bring the race car in here. I want to do a couple things to it before the next race. I've got a list. I don't know how much of that list we're going to get done. I got a full-time job and a family, so I don't get to do this stuff as much as I want to, but we'll see what happens. First, I'm going to unload it and get it all washed up. It's been 3 weeks since it got washed, so we'll get on that. Probably going back to Tulsa this weekend. We just ran third and second, so I gotta look for a little more speed. Like I said, I got a list of stuff I want to do. It's just way too windy to be out here filming. Actually, it ain't that bad out here right now. But we're gonna get it unloaded and get it washed up and get it in the shop, and we'll go from there. Let's get to work. Well, it's the next day, and here's our to-do list. The top three have to be fixed before we go back to the racetrack. The bottom three are things I'd like to do. I run the single plane intake, but the car needs a little more bottom end instead of top end, so I'm going to switch to the Edelbrock dual plane intake. It don't have to be done. It runs okay. An evac kit. A buddy of mine at work gave me one for free, and that's my favorite price. And I'd like to get it on, but it's not something that has to be done right now. But the top three have to be done right now. So let's go through it. Fixed sled. Tulsa Speedway is teching for real, and good tech is good. If everybody's being tech the same, it keeps all the cars on a level playing field. It's good for the sport, in my opinion. So there's always been a rule that you have to have 2 bolts through your lead, and I'm not the only one that's only had one. I mean, guys have been making lead places like that for years and running them like that. So we're gonna have to fix these two. What I'm gonna do is take that top piece off, and the rules say you have to have 2 bolts, 1/2-inch bolts through your lead. I'm gonna drill another hole right here just to go right through that tubing and put a 1/2-inch bolt in there. On this one, I'm gonna turn sideways and drill another hole through that tubing and put a 1/2 inch bolt through there. That one's fine. And then I've got 2 on each down bar going down through there that both have 2. Those are the only ones that they talked to me about. And I don't blame them. Meeker's getting sued and had to shut down. So they're taking safety seriously. I'll get 2 through there. Right rear leak. When I came out the next day, the tire was flat. That tells me that it ain't gonna hold up to a night of racing. So I put 18 in it in the A feature and it was flat the next day. I'll probably just take that ring off, reseal the bead lock there. Sometimes it's been loose bolts, so you just tighten up the bolts and it'll fix it, but I'm not gonna do that. We'll just reseal it. And lastly, when I was washing it, I'll have to turn on a light here. A-arm came apart. These cheap A-arms, every single one I've ever had does it. It's supposed to have a snap ring on it, just like this. I'll show you how I fix that. I just take a ratchet strap and put it back together, and I have a handful of snap rings that I have laying around because this happens all the time, and I put it back on there. And that usually lasts a couple weeks. So we'll do that for now. But, all right, let's get to work. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. Working on the race car.
How's it going?
Good. Ran second last week.
Can't go wrong with that.
I'm looking for a little more speed.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
Have a good one.
Thank you, buddy.
Put your ratchet strap on here, like so. Well, that's it for today, guys. The next one is either going to be the next race, or if it rains, we'll get the rest to do on that to-do list done. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you on the next one.